Welcome to the Small Business Surgeon Podcast, the show where we dissect the businesses of top producers, examine their growth strategies, and share with you the bare bones of their success. I am your host, Samuel Smith, and I'm glad you're here. Let's operate. Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to Friday Fire. It is episode 21 of Friday Fire for the Small Business Surgeon Podcast, and that means we are now legally old enough to drink, so I'm quite pleased about that. It's Friday, June 25th, 2021, and as we always say around here, TFI Friday. Thank goodness it's Friday. The week is over, and we're actually halfway through the year now officially. We just passed the summer solstice the other day, and 2021 has flown by. Coming out of 2020 and having to use that complete shit show as a foundation to build 2021 on, it's actually gone really well. It's been a great week, and it's actually really been a great year. We've been very blessed over here at Texas Media Foundry and at Live in College Station, especially now that we're putting a little bit more time into the education, into the online training and stuff like that. So it's been a really good year, and our numbers are growing, our downloads are growing, our consistent listeners are growing, our streams are growing. So thank you so much for that. It is your likes and shares that make all this possible and make it all worthwhile, really. It's interacting with you guys that makes me love what I do. So, if you do like the show, do me a favor, subscribe to it, tag somebody, post it on Instagram, on your stories, on Facebook, all that stuff. And it just helps us to grow and to get the word out. So thank you for that. And, that brings me to the topic of today's show, I guess, because first off, for those of you just finding the show, I do interviews every Monday. My name's Sam. I'm the small business surgeon, as we have aptly branded myself over here. And we do interviews every Monday to where we have, CEOs, business owners, authors. You can go back through the list and look at some of the names we've had on. And then I do a one-man show on Fridays called Friday Fire, where I just talk about whatever I feel like talking about. So today's topic is to do with the growth of the show and the growth of me and the growth of the small business surgeon. And it's very natural that as you grow in influence and in stature, so do the number of people who like to throw rocks around you, or at you. And that's okay too. I understand that people throw rocks. It's generally coming from a place of misunderstanding or anger, or there's a reason that the people that were on your level don't like seeing you climb to the next level. There's a whole thing about crabs in a bucket, and the ones below you pull you back down, and it's so very true. And it's not something that I really like to focus on, but I felt like as more and more rocks get thrown at me, I thought, like, maybe I'll just address this so that you guys can understand exactly what I'm about. So last week's Friday Fire was about committing to goals. And when Friday Fires drop, I post them all over the place. I post a couple, but the guys really at Texas Media Foundry, they post most of them. They post them all across the internet. And of course, these posts get engagement, and it's 99% good. We beat the 80-20 split significantly. Most of the interaction I get is great. It's positive. I thought about reading a few positive comments out, but I think I'll skip that. But they get engagement, and it's mainly good. And I wanted to talk about one of the critical, or the criticisms, I guess. And I thought I'd put this episode to address it, because I want you guys to know what I'm about. And also, I didn't just want to get involved in a fuck you, fuck me argument online where we were just arguing in a comments thread. I thought we could make a teachable moment out of it. So I'm going to take a sip of my water real quick, and then we'll get on with this. Still trying to get through 75 hard. I might do an episode on what I learned about 75 hard and how fucking hard it is. We're still trying to get through it. So anyway, in short, right, the comment in question was on last Friday's Finally Fire, one about setting and achieving goals. And the comment said, in short, is your objective the US dollar and selling everything, including yourself, to earn it? And if so, why? And I was like, well, fuck, wow. That stung a bit because I don't think I'd put out that kind of message. That's not my objective at all here. Is your objective the US dollar and selling everything, including yourself, to earn it? So I don't like that so much. I don't really sell myself. But then you start digging into it. Well, maybe we do sell ourselves a little bit. And as much as I talk about balance, like in all areas of life, am I really out here giving the impression that the pursuit of the almighty dollar is all I'm here for? I mean, what the fuck is that about, man? It's not like that at all. So I want to tell you a phrase that I came across a little while back, and maybe I've used it before, maybe I haven't. I want to restate this phrase for you guys. It's that income is the outcome. It is not the objective. Okay, so the money I make is the result of the activities that I do. But it's really just the byproduct of me pushing towards my objectives. And my objective is not dollar-based, believe it or not. And if I've put that impression out in the past, I'm very sorry about that. I don't think I have, though. And if you don't believe me, let me explain just a little bit. You know, I've had the business. I've had the 7 figures, the 30, 40, 50 grand a month. I've had it. And you know, I just didn't take care of my shit. Customer service, handled refunds. I never came into contact with clients. It was all about the money. It was all about, if I put money in at the front of this business, I know that it will go through the bagatelle board of the business, hit every nail on the way down that it's supposed to hit, and it will ship money out the bottom end, and it'll be great. And my business was set up to the point where we would focus on acquisition, and we would focus on the system, and then once they were into the system, we'd just kick them the product, and we wouldn't pay them any more attention because I was focused specifically on pursuing the dollar. I could always find more buyers, so I didn't come into contact with any of my clients. Customer service handled everything, and you know, I sold supplements, so everybody wants to lose weight, right? That's really the key motivator there. So you can always find more buyers. And what I had was a 7-figure business whose sole purpose was just collecting as much fucking money as possible and not giving a fuck about the customers. And it worked. Made me super rich. It was great until it didn't, until it wasn't, until I was fucking pursuing money all over town. I was fat. I was out of shape, miserable, drunk, very drunk. A terrible attempt at a husband and a really bad attempt at a father. And money was my motivation. And I made a shitload of it, and it destroyed everything around me. And it brings me back to the super, super important quote that a lot of people get wrong. A lot of people quote this from the Bible as money is the root of all evil. And that's not the correct quote. The correct quote is that the love of money is the root of all evil. And my life was based around the love and pursuit of that money. And now it's not, because the income is merely the outcome. It's not the objective. It's not the objective of what I'm trying to achieve. So you've got to look and say, you know, what's your objective? So accumulating vast amounts of money to use as a tool to further my objective is nothing like just being focused on the almighty US dollar and creating as much of it as possible. So when I first started talking to business owners and networking with business owners and helping business owners, it became very apparent that a lot of these guys had been through the same stuff that I was going through, or were going through the same stuff that I'd been through. So guys I was hanging out with that were more financially successful than me, more successful in life, in their relationships, in real estate investing, all the kind of stuff that I want to get good at. The guys that were more successful than me had all been where I was sitting. And when I turned around and looked at the guys that weren't maybe as far along the game as I had, they were all going through stuff that I'd been through. And all of a sudden it made sense. My objective has nothing to do with money. My objective is to turn around behind me, metaphorically speaking, and pull along and raise up and help and network with and connect the entrepreneurs that are sitting there a few steps behind me. They could be 1 step behind or 10 steps behind. That's okay. My objective is to reach those guys, reach guys like me, reach guys that were chasing money and were drunk and were shitty husbands and shitty dads or moms. My objective is to reach those guys and help them through the shitty path that they're walking down and help them through that shit and onto the other side where life is really, really good. Because I don't base anything I'm doing on the accumulation of money. I all base it on the objective of helping as many people as possible to achieve or design or work through whatever it is that gets them to live the life that they want to live. And that is so fulfilling that money just kind of shows up. It's great. I help people that are struggling to sell houses or sell property. I help people struggling to sell assets, to liquidate that. I help people that are struggling to understand how to buy property. I help that. I help people with their businesses. I have one-on-one clients that I coach, that I help through things, and it's like light bulb moments going on. That's my objective. My objective is making a better fucking world out of the place and making money as we go. I make money selling media for Texas Media Foundry, but it's not about the money. It's about, we go to the client, and it's a client that maybe wants to improve their bottom line and attract more business and put their company out there on the internet. And when you go and do your job and you do it well, and you sit down with them and you explore what their goals are and what their objectives are, and you help to translate that into a story that's visual, that their clients can see, and their potential clients and their potential customers and their audience. And that is the magic. I love that. I love helping and watching the lights come on and helping these other people make money, and they pay me to do that. So we're not chasing money anymore. We're chasing love, and we're chasing friends, and we're chasing value, and we're chasing a marketplace that we can bring value to, and that they in turn will value us, and then they take our services and they sell our services for us. I don't know the last time I ran a real estate ad. I should probably run some more. I'd be a lot busier. But all of my real estate comes from referrals, comes from word of mouth, comes from social media, comes from the podcast. It doesn't come from advertising and looking for new clients. It comes from following my objective of helping as many people as possible. All of our media work, we don't run any ads for Media Foundry. It's all word of mouth. It's all Facebook and LinkedIn and Instagram, and people reaching out to us, asking us for help. Hey man, really saw what you did there. Can you do something like that for my company? And I've found that since we stopped focusing on money, or since I stopped focusing on money, money just happens. You set the target that you want to hit. All right, let's say I want to make $30,000 this month. And let's say my average ticket price is $5,000 for a job. That means I need to find 6 to 10 people who I can help through their situations and whose lives I can change and impact positively. And I will achieve my financial goals as a byproduct of achieving my objective, which is helping more people. And that's how I structure this shit. That's how I set it up. So, you know, in your case, I don't know, listening, what business you might be in, but I'm going to pick on personal trainers because there's a shitload of personal trainers in and around my environment, and the guys I know and the guys I hang out with. So I'm going to pick on you guys. I'm going to pick on personal trainers. But let's say, for example, you got a personal training business and you charge in $500 per month per client. You want to make $20,000 a month, and that's your goal to hit for all your dreams. If you try to make $20,000 a month, you may make it for a few months, but will it be sustainable? If you come into it with the attitude of a servant and say, right, I need to find 40 people that I can build relationships with over time, and that I can help through their struggles, and then I can receive a fair amount of compensation for doing that. I have spent years training. I've spent years going to school. I want to help as many people as possible with my skill set. Let me start reaching out and offering advice and being useful and networking them with other people and helping them to fulfill their goals. And then they will come to me as a trainer and they will buy my product. Right? But it's not, how do I get these people to buy my product? You have to go into this with the heart of a servant and say, how can I help people achieve their goals? And that's all it is. My objective is to network as many people as possible together, be known as a connector, help people to achieve their goals, help people work through their problems, and help people set up their businesses and ultimately become successful to their own definition of success. That's the real key there, right? Because money doesn't buy happiness. It is hard to cry on a Ferrari. I do understand that. But you work on happiness, and we go back to the G code that I follow and the 4 pillars of the G code. And then the first one, the most important one, is gratitude and being grateful for what you've got. And the second one is genetics and working out and taking care of yourself. Well, when I was chasing money, I wasn't taking care of myself and I wasn't grateful for it. I just went out and chased more money. But now my foundation says, hey, I'm grateful for what I've got. No, I don't have a lot. Not anymore. Not since I went fucking tits up. Lost it all. I've got some. I got more than quite a lot of you. But compared to where I was, no, shit no. Like, I'm nowhere near where I was. I will be soon. Give about another 18 months and I'll put it all live on Facebook and you can watch me do it, because that's what I'm doing. But the dollar isn't the fucking objective. The income is the outcome of us performing our objective. And that's all I have to say about that today. So it's my goal to help as many people as possible achieve their own definitions of success. And if you need help with that, obviously shoot me a DM and hit me up. But please do not confuse me for somebody that is in love with money, because I have been that guy. And I can tell you, as the poster child of the phrase, the love of money is the root of all evil. Been there, done it, got the t-shirt. All right, that's it from me today, guys. That's my Friday Fire. You all have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. As always, do me a favor. If anything that I've said here has been remotely useful, please share the show out. Hit the like, hit the thumbs up. Tag me in your stories, post it on Instagram, whatever it is that you guys got to do. But I appreciate all of you. I appreciate you guys for watching live on Facebook. And we have another kick-ass interview coming up on Monday. I do not know who it's going to be. Kyle is doing the scheduling, and I didn't look before I pressed the live button. So forgive me for that. But be sure, tune in on Monday when we've got our next interview. And you'll just be good, stay safe, and have a great weekend.
This episode of the Small Business Surgeon Podcast has been brought to you by the Well Hung Art Gallery, professionally mounting since 2020. Be sure to listen to us on iTunes, Spotify, and wherever else you listen to your silly podcasts. Take care and have yourselves a wonderful day.